Hello, and a very warm welcome to you wherever you are joining us around the world. It's the final round of the year, round 20 in Valencia, the decider between Pecco Bagnaia and Fabio Quartararo. Just 23 points separate the two at the top of the standings, with Pecco Bagnaia heading into the season finale as the firm favourite, as he only needs 14th place to wrap up the World Championship, the first for Ducati since Casey Stoner in 2007. But it's not just the hype around the Premier Class that's all the talking point. The Moto2 Championship we have to conclude as well, with Augusto Fernandez heading into the season finale, only 9.5 points ahead of Ai Ogura. Now, joining us today on MotoGP Fantasy, we have the Rapid rookie, the teammate of Fernandez, and of course, the 2021 Moto3 World Champion, Pedro Acosta. Pedro,
Hi everyone.
thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Well, long weeks in Asia, in the Asian road. Finally, well, back to Europe, back to Spain, back to home GP. The last one, but ready to this weekend.
Yeah, it's been a busy week for you as it is your home GP. How have you been preparing ahead of this weekend?
Well, finally, always is a special race at home. No, finally, for sure, maybe you feel more the pressure. You feel more the pressure because everybody can hear. Finally, a Spaniard racing in Spain. Normally, it's like Italian racing in Italy. You feel the colors, no? For this, I think we have to be calm and try to give our best.
Now, you're locked into a battle with Alonso Lopez for Rookie of the Year in Moto2. Only 3.5 points separate you both. Has this been playing on your mind? Is this something looking, you're fully focused on, or is it just podiums and race wins this
Well,
weekend?
it's nice always, no? It's nice win this title, but anyway, finally we have to give our best, and if this happen, maybe we take the this title.
Now, there's a lot looking forward for 2023. This is the last race of the year, and then next year will be your sophomore year in Moto2. What have you learned in your first year in the class?
Well, finally, I learn when I do mistakes. No, finally, the first part of the season, I make a lot of mistakes, and I think this is the experience that we are taking for 2023. Finally, I learned that I have to be more calm. No, because maybe I have 9 zeros, I think, and maybe if in all these zeros I take 5 points, maybe today I fight for the world championship. But anyway, we can not say from this water I'm not going to drink. No, we have to accept our mistakes and try to improve for next year.
Well, the rookie season in Moto2 is always a learning year. It's one of the toughest classes, not just in the Grand Prix paddock, but in the entire world. And you've already picked up race wins this year. That must give you such a huge boost going into 2023.
Well, finally, the target is to be always in the top group. Finally, after Mugello, we was always in top six before this crash in Malaysia. For this, I think we was in the correct way. In the correct way for start 2023 in the good way, in the way to be in the top group all races, and I think why not for fight for the championship.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you can do next year. But before we have that, we've got one final race in Valencia this weekend, but we've also got one final episode of MotoGP Fantasy. And we thank you so much, Pedro, for coming on today. But yeah, we have to look at our team, see what we've got. So we've got, the two title deciders in our silver team, Pecco Bagnaia and Fabio Quartararo. Then the returning Marc Marquez, well, returned a few rounds ago, and also Alex Rins as well. Now, Pedro, you have a big decision to make. You have two trades that you can make for the team. What are you thinking? Is there anyone you see that you might want to trade in?
For
So,
sure, it's hard to decide, no, but maybe maybe I change rings for Pecco.
Change Rins for Pecco, so we can swap them around. So we can swap Alex Rins and Pecco Bagnaia. So now we've got Pecco in our goal team, which means that if wherever he finishes on Sunday, he will gain maximum points, and wherever Alex Rins finishes, he will get half points for his finishing position there. Now, you've swapped them, but we've still got the 2 trades remaining, so you can swap Alex Rins in for someone else, or out for someone else, or you can keep him in your team. Now, we have a team value of 19.5 million, and we've got 900,000 remaining in salary.
Okay.
So if we remove
Okay.
Alex Rins, for example,
Yeah,
that goes up
for
to
sure.
3.8 million.
Okay.
So would you like to keep him in, or would you like to swap him out for someone? Or anyone else for that matter.
For
It
sure.
doesn't have to just be Alex. It can be Mark, Peck, or Fabio as well.
No, for sure we are going to change it. Maybe can you scroll down?
We can scroll down indeed, yes.
Yeah.
So we've got 3.8 million to play with. So Enea
Yeah, for
Bastoni is
sure.
a little bit out of reach.
Yeah, for sure. Is to
We've got Jack Miller, who's right on the bubble, 3.8 million, so we can afford Jack. Jack's being a rider that's on fire at the moment, picking up podium positions, race winning Motegi as well, but the last couple of races haven't quite gone his way.
Yeah, maybe we take Jack, or how many money you say that we have?
We have 3.8 million to play with. So Jack Miller, if we put him in our team, then we have nothing else, but we will still have one more trade remaining.
Maybe we take Binder. Binder finally. Binder. Yeah, because finally he are doing good races with the KTM. Maybe okay, always is difficult to choose, no? But I think he's putting the 100% in the racing, and maybe the KTM are not 100% ready in the moment. For this, we are going to take Brad.
Take Brad, a man that's never qualifies too well, but always races very well and gains a lot of points in MotoGP Fantasy for his charge through the pack. So we've put Brad Binder in our team in place of Alex Rins. Would you like to keep Brad in the silver team, or would you like to move him to the gold team?
We put in the gold team. In the gold team.
Okay. And we swap him out for Marc Marquez?
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
Maybe sure. You know, him is not in the best moment of his physical how to say, in the physical aspect, you know, he's not 100%. For this, you know, we are going to take like second option, no?
Yes, indeed. Mark is still recovering from his arm injury from the crash at Jerez in 2020. An amazing comeback by the 8-time world champion, but nonetheless, as you say, might still be suffering a little bit physically. So that leaves us with 2k remaining, which means we won't be able to swap anyone in or out at the moment. We have one trade remaining. Would you like to leave the team the way it is, or would you like to make another change?
I think we are going to keep like this. We are going to keep like this. Yeah, because finally, you know, Brad is giving 100%, you know, all races. Then Pecco, I think, is like in the best moment of his career, and Ducati is in his best moment of the brand. For this, we are going to keep like this.
It's a good team, I must admit myself. It's a very, very good team, very strong, and you're showing your KTM loyalty there with putting Brad Binder into the gold team. Now, we can actually make a switch from manufacturer if you'd like to keep Ducati as your manufacturer, or if you'd like to maybe switch out for another one.
I think we are going to keep it like this. Finally,
keep it like this.
Ducati is now in the best moment of his career. My heart, no, my heart say to put KTM, no, but finally we have to be realistic, no, and know that they are not now in the 100%, you know, and they have to improve a bit.
The great thing about MotoGP Fantasy, it's always a balancing act. You either go with your heart or your head or mix it up a little bit. It's always so tough to know, but we think in this case, you've gone for the right choice indeed. So that leaves us with Brad Binder and Pecco Bagnaia in our gold team, with Ducati as the manufacturer, and Marc Marquez and Fabio Quartararo, who needs a big Sunday in our silver team as well. Now, Pedro, before we let you go, Like, you've had such an up and down season. It's been the highs have been super high, the lows have been super low. With obviously the injury at Assen, it took you a couple of races to come back. What has been that absolute highlight of your year? I can imagine you're probably going to say one of the wins, but then it could be something different.
Finally, the comeback was important. No, finally we have a P4 in Austria, P6 in Misano, then a victory in Aragon. I think these three races was one of the best of the season. Finally, it's not easy back from an injury and get this result finally, because you lose a lot of confidence. Finally, when you are 1 month out of the bike, it's not easy to back to the competition directly without riding before in a training or something like this. For this, I think these three races was one of the best and one of the important ones.
Yeah, it's all building up the confidence for future endeavours as well. And we can't sort of skim over the fact that team orders in MotoGP has been a massive talking point as of late. Your teammate Augusto is going for the championship against Ayagura, 9.5 points between them. What happens on Sunday if Ayagura is leading the race, you're in third, and Augusto is fourth? I know it's a horrible question, but have you spoken about it in the lead up to the race, or do you think this is something that you will speak about?
It's difficult to answer, no? But anyway, always it's better to be 9.5 points in front than 9.5 points behind. For this, I think he have to play his card, no? Like in the poker, they have to have poker face and try to don't get nervous. Be clear by himself about what he feel inside, no, and try to give his best. Finally, Ogura have to win. He have to be fourth to lose. For this, I think he's in the good way to win the championship.
And of course, you're a world champion yourself, winning the Moto3 World Championship last year. Have you given Augusto any advice ahead of this weekend on how to wrap up the title?
Well, finally, he's in the title lead. No, finally, he have to don't get himself pressure. Try to be calm. Try to don't think too much in the championship. Only go out wide open and enjoy, because finally it's difficult when you are fighting for something that you don't know when it can happen again, to don't think, no. But it's important that he is calm, and maybe this thing is the thing that are going to give the championship to him.
Pedro, great answer and great advice to your teammate Augusto Fernandez. It's been an absolute pleasure. Pedro, thank you so much for joining us this weekend. I can imagine the schedule is very busy for yourself. Best of luck ahead of the final round of the year, and have a very pleasant winter as well going into 2023.
Thank you, boys.
Take care, Pedro. See you very soon.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. Pedro Acosta, the rapid rookie, the Moto3 champion of 2021, and of course, deciding our final MotoGP fantasy ahead of the decider here in Valencia. Round number 20. Pecco Bagnaia leads the championship by 23 points ahead of Fabio Quartararo. It's a tough ask for the 2021 MotoGP World Champion. But as we've seen in the past at Valencia, anything can happen. And it's a great team that he's picked up as well. So there you have it. Our team once again. It is Brad Binder for KTM, Pecco Bagnaia for Ducati, and our gold team. So if wherever they finish in the race, will pick up maximum points. Ducati has remained as our manufacturer, with Marc Marquez and Fabio Quartararo, a very strong lineup in a silver team. So an amazing team we have ahead of the finale. And thank you so much to everyone that has joined us the whole year. And just remember, you can still join up ahead of the final race of the year, and you can still win prizes wherever you finish. So it's not just the whole year that you can win prizes, it's every single round as well. So we've got some fantastic prizes that are always on the website as well. So you can take a look at them. This is the season competition prizes, where you can get first place and a replica helmet signed by the world champion as well, and a weekly competition prizes as well for that. So thank you once more for joining us for a fantastic 2021 championship and a great season of MotoGP fantasy. We look forward to seeing you again next year. and enjoy the season finale in Valencia.